everybody, welcome back to another Where Are They Now? Today we are going back to 2013 and the month of August. I have printed up my description box so we can go line by line and see what I loved and where it went, and if it's all gone, what it has been replaced with. I'm also just noting that it's the first time I've worn my new haircut straight, and I'm really liking these blunt ends. Just an aside there. Okay, so let's get on with the video. So the first few products are hair products, and I just want to point you to a recent video I did about how I style my hair, not like this, and the products I use, and I'll put that in the thing that pops up. Maybe it's over here, there, I don't know, that eye thing. Click on that. I'll also put the link in the description box if you want to hear more about that. But let's get to it. There were two Derm Organic products. One was an intensive hair repair mask, and the other was a leave-in treatment. So as far as masks go, I'm bad. I don't mask. I know they say you should do it like once a week, but I'm more like once a month. And when I do, I use this product. It's the Kerastase Mask Keratin, I believe. I really like it. It is from, like I said, from Kerastase. A little goes a long way. What I don't love is it has sort of an old lady floral scent to it, like grandma's house. So the scent is not, if you're not into like, oh, it's making my nose itch, florally scents, this you might want to pass on, but a little goes a long way, and it makes my hair so super soft and so just lovely that it's definitely worth it. The other thing I don't like is I literally had to bring my readers into the shower to read the directions on this thing. I mean, microscopic print in several languages, I might add. So packaging aside and scent aside, it's a really, really terrific product, and it has great reviews online that I've been reading about. So that's why I picked this one. As far as leave-in goes, because that's a rinse out kind of mask, there's two products, both from Aveda. One, they're both from the Damage Remedy line. One you put on wet hair, it's the Daily Hair Repair, and I mix this with a little cocktail of another Aveda styling product, and this is supposed to protect against, it instantly repairs and protects from heat styling. And then when your hair is all dry, I use the split end repair just on the ends, just to keep my ends not split. So I've been loving those. Then back then I really liked the Aveda Light Elements Defining Whip. I can tell you I no longer use that, but I gave it to my kids and they use it and they like it. Something I use just to kind of keep everything a little sleek and unfrizzy is still from Aveda, but it's the Dry Remedy Daily Moisturizing Oil. It's much dry. It is a dry oil, so it doesn't leave your hair greasy. It still defines, and I can do piecey bits, but it's not quite as heavy as that Defining Whip. So like this better. Okay, I miss this so much. It was the Caress Scarlet Blossom Fine Fragrance Elixir and also the body wash. It smelled so good. And what did Caress do? They discontinued it. So I haven't found like fixated on a favorite. I've been bouncing from product to product. And lately I've been using this mostly because Soap and Glory sent it to me and my face is on it. It's the Bubbly Clean on Me Creamy Clarifying Shower Gel, and they sent like a custom label. Like, look, that's my head. That's creepy. I do like the pump. I like it a lot. I just used up the last of my Philosophy like big liter size body washes, and I liked them, but there isn't a scent that I'm like really into right now in the larger size, so I'm kind of floating. I heard Caress has released, not re-released, but released new scents, so I'm gonna go back and explore those because I did really like them back in the day. So I think I'm gonna go back to the grocery store for that. Okay, next was a skincare product. It was the Murad Post Acne Lightening Gel, and it did work lovely, but what I have found works just as well and has more beneficial properties other than just for acne is from Colleen Rothschild. Surprise, surprise. And it's their Mandelic, what does she call this? It is her Mandelic Acid Radiance Serum. So it's a very gentle acid that exfoliates chemically. It's gentle enough to use every day, twice a day, and of course it's gonna lighten hyperpigmentation. It's going to lighten acne scars, but it's also just gonna do an all-over general, gentle chemical exfoliation to your face. So I can't tell you how many bottles of this. I just ordered another one for backup because I have like that much left. Then we go to something that I have been hanging on to for dear life. I'm afraid to use it because I don't want to use it up. It was my all-time favorite palette It's from Stila. When I first bought it, it was called the Natural Eyes palette. Then they renamed it in the Light palette. It has since been discontinued. Ooh. It has since been discontinued, and it's just the most perfect palette if you like slightly warm tone neutrals, but it has a few little, cooler things in there just to balance things out. And here's what I'm looking for in my perfect palette that has yet to exist. It's some great mid-tone lighter browns for the crease, some really lovely lighter, but not like really light, but just generally lighter metallic or shimmery shades for the lid, a matte darker brown for the outer corner, a darker brown like a shimmer for the outer corner, and then a matte or satin toned ivory brow bone color. It's perfection. Still haven't found the perfect palette. This was as close as it came. It came with an eyeliner. It got discontinued from Stila. It was hard to find in Ulta and Sephora. Nordstrom held on to it for a long time. Now even Nordstrom doesn't carry it. It just makes me sad. I've looked all over for a replacement and I can't find anything quite like it. Okay, something I do still have and still use are the MAC Pro palettes. These guys, I have to admit, for traveling, I prefer the MAC ones. They're hard. The Z palettes are made out of cardboard and the clear acrylic on the top bends, so they're not as tough. These guys are all hard plastic, hard all around, so a little safer. And if you're worried about them jiggling out of place, one of these tends to shift. They do have the insert so that your shadows don't fall out. They're stuck. They're not going anywhere. So I do really like those quite a bit, and I would buy more if I were still buying single eyeshadows, which lately I haven't been doing. e.l.f. Golden Bronzer. I still have a backup of this. It's something I just have in my collection all the time. But what I use every day is still a drugstore product. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. In fact, I need to go to the drugstore this afternoon and get a replacement because I have hit pan and every time I dip my brush in, a little bit more breaks off. So this is too fragile to keep using and it's time to have the backup at hand when it finally goes. Love it. The regular one, not Butter Bronzer Light, just Butter Bronzer. Cannot recommend that one enough. And then, is this gross that I still have this? This is a lipstick. It was MAC Angel. It's smelling a little, it doesn't have that nice vanilla scent that the MAC lipsticks usually have. It smells a little more like plastic, with a hint of vanilla. I think it's time for this guy to go. But it's a pretty, really nice, soft pink, neutral, soft pink I'd say. It's very pretty. You know what? Now it smells like just like vanilla again. Maybe I just needed to wear off that top layer. You know what? I'm going to dunk this in rubbing alcohol or spray it with some rubbing alcohol and revive this guy. It is going to hold on a little bit longer. Okay, and then something I definitely don't have anymore is the Pure Illumination Lip Gloss in Pouty Pink. I think I really just like the delivery system more than the actual gloss. It was one of those glosses that came, the wand, when you open it up, it has a little button on the end, and when you click it, a little light turns on, and there's a mirror on the side. So when you're doing your lipstick, or you're putting on your gloss, you can illuminate your lips. So if you're in a dark restaurant or at a party, you can see, and then you can put it on by looking in the mirror. So I think I like that more than the actual lip gloss. The lip gloss I still reach for, and I'm actually about to buy another one because they released a new shade that I think is gorgeous, is the Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfector. They are not so much a traditional lip gloss, but they're very lightweight. They do leave a tint. Some are much more opaque than others. The pinker ones are more sheer, more traditional, but there's not sticky at all. So if you hate sticky lip gloss, try this out, and they're very moisturizing as well. So I have like 6 or 7 of these in various shades. It's an obsession. And then the last favorite from August 2013, which is still a favorite in August 2017, are these Dr. Scholl's gel inserts. Oh, I'm touching the bottom of a shoe. That's kind of gross. They're in this one. I pop them into everything. I love my Tory Burch ballet flats, but they have 0 arch support, like nothing. So if you want to walk for long distances in them, pop one of those in. I love it. Same thing with the Uggs. I'll often pop that into an Ugg. You know, like the classic boot, because they're really comfortable, but they're like slippers. There's no arch support in there, and I need a little bit of extra help. So I love those gel inserts. In fact, I have like little ball ones, ball the feet ones for high-heeled shoes. It was a genius idea, and I don't know why no one thought of that earlier. So there you go. Well, that was it. It wasn't a big month back in August of 2013. I have no idea what was going on 4 years ago that I just wasn't into new stuff that much, but pretty concise list for back then. I hope you enjoyed these. I have so much fun looking back. I know 4 years is a long time in YouTube world, and but I just think it's really telling like what has stood the test of time. Oh, 4 years. As always, if you make YouTube videos, feel free to take this idea and run with it. I wish everyone on YouTube would take a moment to revisit the monthly favorites. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, we do these every month. Everything's new and shiny and wonderful, but I always wonder what happened after. Sort of like when you see a good comedy or a romantic comedy movie and everything's happily ever after and the movie ends. Do you ever leave the theater wondering, well, I wonder what happens next? It's kind of how I feel with some of these monthly favorite videos. As always, thank you so much for watching. In the description box, I will leave links to all the videos I mentioned, including the original version from August 2013. So feel free to visit those. There's also a playlist of all of the ones that I've done revisiting my favorites in the last few years. So I hope you take a look if you haven't seen them. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.